In this video, I'm going to explain how to play Kazoe Uta on the shakuhachi. Hi, I'm Marcus and I play the shakuhachi. So let's look at how to play Kazoe Uta on the shakuhachi. Kazoe Uta means counting song and it is a children's song. The main difficulty for a beginner playing this piece is that it has two meri notes, U and tsu meri. So, U is this note. You have all the holes covered. So 1, 2, 4, 5 are closed. And then you go down to play in a meri position. This is half a step below chi. Okay. It's basically the way of playing chi meri in otsu. The fingering for U is nicer. The sound is nicer. So this is why U usually is preferred over chi meri when playing in otsu. Playing U is not really so difficult. Just do the fingering and go down low enough to get the right pitch. So start with the fingering. You can shade the third hole a bit to make this easier. But please note that you should not just get to the right pitch with shading the third hole. It's possible, but as you can hear, the note gets very unstable. So the primary way of getting to U should be via the head movement. Tsu meri is one of the difficult notes to play on the shakuhachi. I like to say it is the third most difficult note to play on the instrument. So tsu meri is much more difficult to get to than U because it is low in the octave. The higher the note is in the octave, the less stable it is, which makes it more difficult to play the correct pitch, but it also makes it easier to get low enough for the meri notes. Tsu and ro are very low, they are therefore also very stable notes, so you have to blowing angle a lot to get to the right pitch. So, starting with a note high in the octave, let's play re. You can see I'm not moving very much. I'm also not shading, but the pitch goes down very quickly. If I do the same for tsu, you see I have to move much more with the head angle, with the blowing angle, to get the same change in pitch than I had for re. Re high in the octave, tsu low in the octave. This means, relatively speaking, U is easier than tsu meri. To get to the right pitch for tsu meri, you need to do three things. You need to change the blowing angle, get low enough. You need to half hole the first hole, and you need to change the volume. Okay, and the third thing is also very important. You need to do all these three things, otherwise it's not really possible to get to tsu meri. So changing the blowing angle. Fingering. And you can see I'm already automatically playing quiet, okay? If I play louder, if I try to play the tsu meri at the same volume that I play the kari pitches in, you can hear, especially at first, the pitch is rising quite rapidly as I get louder. It also gets very unstable, so it's not possible to play meri notes, especially these meri notes low in the octave, loudly. Okay, it's just not possible on the instrument. Onto the piece. The piece is not really that difficult. The rhythm is quite straightforward, but the phrases have different lengths, and so this is a bit different than the other pieces that I've had a look at so far in this tutorial series. Let's start going through the piece. Easy, the first three beats, very easy. Then you get to U. We start in the meri position for U, and then we go up to re. Don't forget to come up to re. Re is a kari note, so you need to play in the normal position. Otherwise, it will be too low. This is the wrong pitch. So. U, repeat. Repeat on the fourth hole. Here we get to tsu meri. Note that before we already have played tsu. This is the normal tsu, okay, so not the meri tsu. We have both versions of tsu in this piece. Tsu kari, if you like, yeah, normal tsu, and tsu meri. So here we have u re tsu meri. If I play the phrase to the end. So this tsu meri here is actually a bit tricky to get because you're not only need to get to the right head position, cover the first hole with the correct amount, play quietly. You also have to close the second hole at the same time. So you go from re to tsu meri. Okay, so not just from tsu to tsu meri. This is easier. From ro to tsu meri. This is easier. Re, tsu meri. So you need to work on your finger coordination probably to get to this pitch. Also note that we have 2 rows, both have 1 full beat. Then the end of this first column is basically a repetition. Again, for the tsu meri, observe the same thing. Take care that after you play tsu meri, you go back up to the normal playing position. Again, it's very easy to forget this because to get to tsu meri, you really have to concentrate, getting low enough. Yeah, so all the attention is on getting low, low, low. But you need to play the next note with the correct pitch as well. So you need to go up, up, up to get to the right pitch. Then the start of the next phrase. So here, again, we play tsu meri, ro, then re, and then we have ro. So we go up to kan again, yeah? Re, ro, rule applies here as well, of course. After the kan or ro, we have tsu meri and kan. If you notice, you find this more difficult to play than tsu meri and otsu. You're right. It is more difficult to play tsu meri and kan. Yeah, you have to control the airstream a bit better. As I've said before, to play meri notes, you have to play quietly. So playing quietly in kan is more difficult. So playing tsu meri in kan is more difficult than playing it in otsu. Okay, so take care. Play the tsu meri quietly and go really low. Cover a lot of the first hole. Here we repeat tsu meri. The KSK convention for repeating tsu meri is with the third hole, not with the second hole, with the third hole. If I play it for you, I don't know, maybe you can hear a difference. Okay, I'm very familiar with this, I hear the difference, but basically the difference is very small. So if you use the second hole, it's okay. Please use the third hole for the repetition nevertheless. Okay, so we're in this phrase. So as you can see, there is nothing new really coming in the rest of the piece. Yeah, we go from ro, re to u. So again, take care to go low enough, then go up again for the re, repeat, and so on. Yeah, quite straightforward at the end. As I've said before, the main difficulty of this piece is playing the meri notes. So practice the meri notes in isolation, practice going into the meri notes and coming out of the meri notes back to the normal position. Playing u is not so difficult. Playing tsu meri much more difficult, especially here in this piece, because you go from re to tsu meri, so you have to close the second hole at the same time. Work on the coordination between these two things. As always, I hope this video was useful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!